It looks like the rest of the world is catching up to us. The era where the United States are the leaders of animation might actually be changing in the next couple of years. I'm ready to see the competition. Let's see if they're able to keep up. Hey guys, what's going on? It is me, Pankikyoshi or Alberto. Welcome back to the video. Okay, there's some big news going on in the animation industry that just dropped a couple days ago. The thing that has everyone talking right now is that South Korea just announced that they are going to be investing $1 billion into their animation industry. If you're new to our channel, hi. My name is Pankikyoshi and I like animation just as much as animation companies like money. A little on the nose there, I know. The buzz around animation is going crazy because of the overwhelming success of China's Ne Zha 2. Sorry if I butchered that name. For those of you that don't know what Ne Zha 2 is, trust me, I didn't know either, until I watched Shafilius Productions video, and according to him, it was actually pretty valid. The reason why it broke so many records is because they assembled the freaking Avengers at the end of this movie in the climax. So China got their own endgame here. This absolutely exploded the Chinese animation market to the moon. Ne Zha 2 is now the 8th highest grossing movie of all time. Not just in animation, but in movies in general. All movies. It's right under Spider-Man No Way Home and right above Inside Out 2, which is pretty insane. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that makes this the only foreign film to break into the top 50 highest grossing films of all time, which is pretty bonkers. So you know, countries around the world saw the success of Ne Zha 2 and thought, well shit, I could do the same. And bam, you got Korea trying to dip their toes into the world of animation. So long are the days where the United States held a monopoly over this industry. The dawn of a new age begins today. Prior to this, only Japan and America were making anything in terms of animation. I'd say about 90% of it came from Japan and America. The other 10% came from smaller companies in the UK and France, and etc. Around the world, there have been big shifts in where the US have had such a prevalence in. China now has some of the most advanced and futuristic cars on the market right now. Makes Teslas look like they were made in a scrap metal factory. China's infrastructure, their development, and their living conditions are going up day by day. Pretty much everywhere that's not the US. And Japan's market is rising, although they are restricting some tourism policies, which is an interesting choice. But Korea is also coming out on top here. And if you thought that was all, oh no, it just begins here. This past Easter Sunday, Korea actually dropped their own animated feature that absolutely broke US box office records this year. The King of Kings, which admittedly I haven't seen yet, is actually a Korean production, and it did insanely well. Netflix is also dropping their first original Korean animated feature called Lost in Starlight. In only a couple months, they're really coming into this battle swinging. They really saw the cash cow that was the animation industry, and they're here to take it. The US better watch out, they're coming for their gold. Money. I'm just playing. Japan's G-Kids also dropped their own Hatsune Miku movie, which I did cover, and it got 7th place in the box office. Not too bad for a niche movie. Moving away from Southeast Asia, there's also another market that is making great strides in the world of animation. Indonesia also released a movie that shattered records in animation history. Although admittedly not as big as Ne Zha 2, Jumbo released and demolished Frozen 2's record that was being held in Indonesia. Although not on the same scale as the billions that Ne Zha 2 produced, Jumbo was a smashing success, and it being in the Indonesian domestic market also helps them create more animated content for their viewers. As long as they keep bringing people in, they won't stop making them. South Korea investing $1 billion is insane. That's the equivalent with modern budgets of making 5 AAA movies that can compete with Toy Story and Shrek. Now saying this, obviously, it's an exciting time for the worldwide market, but are we doomed here in the US? And to be honest, no. Unless the terrorists bring our economy to the dumpster, there is no way that the works of Disney, DreamWorks, and Warner Brothers will ever stop in production or popularity. But it does mean that they now have competition, so now they have to be checking their backs all the time. And the time to sit down and relax is over. and they have to provide us with quality content. Competition is good. It benefits only the consumer. And it means that these companies are gonna have to work extra hard to place us in the movie theater. Now we're just gonna have to wait and see if the US is able to keep up with the emergence of stable economies. And only time will tell if they are able to overtake the reigning champion. But with that, I'm gonna end off today's video. If you did enjoy, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It goes a really long way for a small creator like myself. Leave a comment down below what you think of this subject. Are you excited to see animation thrive in a market that isn't the US's? Or are you afraid that this could be the end of an era for the companies here in the US? If you'd like me to create a video analyzing Ne Zha 2, or any of the movies that I mentioned in this video, please voice yourself in the comments. I'd love to hear it. As always, my name has been Alberto, or Pankik Yoshi. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye bye.